First Alert Weather Team is keeping you up to date with the latest information. From your morning commute to your afternoon drive, we're on your side, streaming on your favorite devices. WLBT First Alert Weather Plus. WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is committed to your safety with 6 hours of continuous team coverage.
This is a relentless storm, Dave.
We're fortunate we all made it out alive.
And our network of sky cams across the state alerting you to danger, bringing you live footage of tornadoes as they touch down in Wathau County.
Look at this, Chase. Guys, look at that.
This is ground zero almost. I mean, this is really hard to stomach, like I said.
We take our commitment to being on your side seriously, and together we're Mississippi Strong. Weekdays, stream First Alert Weather Plus.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is keeping you up to date with the latest information. From your morning commute to your afternoon drive, we're on your side, streaming on your favorite devices. WLBT First Alert Weather Plus.
All right. Hi. Happy
Hello.
Friday.
Yes, we made it to Friday. We did.
I'm so proud of us.
It's like what Dora says, we did it.
We did it. Hooray.
Anyway, so overall looking pretty good for our Friday afternoon. Just a little bit more cloud cover than usual. I don't know why we have that flash there. Sometimes that happens with satellite. Yeah, some data loss. But as you can tell, a little further off to the northwest, there's some rain going on in the Great Plains. That's actually part of some of our system that we are going to see going into this weekend. But luckily, it's going to hold off for Friday Night Football. Looking pretty good for the kickoff around 6 o'clock or so. And as the sun sets, temperatures are going to be falling to the low 60s, upper 50s, but not much cooler than that. We're going to be actually a little bit warmer in the overnight hours than we have in the past couple of days. Also a little bit more humid. Moisture going to be moving in from the south just ahead of our next system. So it may feel a bit sticky at times, not necessarily overwhelming by any means, but definitely a little bit of a change in pace compared to what we've been seeing these past couple of days.
Yeah, and that change continues as we head into your weekend. So we've been talking about this system, 2 rounds of showers and thunderstorms. Now, don't hear storms and get too caught up in the word. I've been trying not to actually even say it. Been telling you we're going to hear some rumbles of thunder, but this is mainly going to be a rainmaker type event. Now there is or has been introduced a slight risk in southwest Mississippi, and I'm talking far southwest Mississippi, really, including Adams, Wilkinson, and Emmett counties. And we're going to keep a close eye on it. Of course, it's for Saturday night for the second round of storms.
Yes,
but it just doesn't look like there's going to be really much energy for these storms to tap into. Sunday morning, a marginal risk. We almost should always be under a marginal risk in central Mississippi because
it's just
we have
how
thunderstorms
it is.
and sometimes they have some gusty winds.
Yes.
Whoa. And that's just the way it is. But again, that goes with that second round of stormy weather as well that continues from Saturday night into early Sunday morning. The same thing we've been tracking.
I mean, it's also kind of telling where we go from a slight risk to a marginal risk, how as that second wave of showers and even a few thunderstorms continues to track eastward, it is going to lose steam as it does so. So here's what the latest timing is looking like for the beginning of your Saturday. It's going to be relatively quiet. I know making strides will be tomorrow morning. I think it's going to be pretty good for that event and any other activities you may have for the first half of your Saturday. But by the lunch hour, that's when this first round of showers is going to be moving in. But this doesn't look to be severe, just going to be a rainmaker going into Saturday afternoon, early evening. It will start to fall apart just slightly, but that second wave just behind it is what could have an isolated chance for a stronger end thunderstorm to produce some gusty winds. But more so looking at a flash flooding concern within some of these storms could be more of a heavy downpour type of situation as it continues to track eastward, dropping quite a bit of rain in a short amount of time, anywhere between 2 to 4, maybe even 5 inches of rain in some places. And then this will continue to move eastward as the morning goes on. I think by the lunch hour, we could be done with the rain, just maybe a few hit or miss showers after that.
So as far as tornado energy is concerned, we've been looking at this. I haven't been showing it because there really hasn't been anything to show. Notice here, it's very low. Now, this is ahead of the actual stormy weather that we're going to have Saturday night. If you'll, no, and it stays on the low end, even as we do get the stormy weather in the picture. Now, there is some medium energy further to the south. Whether or not that lines up with the actual storms is going to be a question mark. And keep in mind that because we have relatively widespread rain earlier in the day, that's going to eat up some of the energy. So that's another reason that we're not feeling like this is going to be a really significant severe weather maker, because we're going to have some energy, but it will get eaten up by this first round of showers and thunderstorms earlier in the day. And there's not going to be a lot of sunshine or a lot of time for that energy to build back up before we get the second round. But again, it's still going to be a good weather maker, 2 to 3 inches minimum probably for most areas. And then, like Ashley said, chance that some of you see even higher rainfall totals than that.
So I think our best chance of seeing any kind of rain over these next 7 days will be Saturday into Sunday. There may be an isolated shower or two throughout next week, but that actually looks to be relatively dry. And more so focusing on some cooler weather heading our way, with temperatures expected to drop to the 60s for afternoon highs, morning starting out in the low 40s. So definitely going to be pretty cool by this time next Friday. I know next Friday is Halloween, kind of hard to believe. But you may want to consider maybe some long sleeves or a jacket with your Halloween costume going into next week.
Yeah, go ahead and plan for that, because I remember when I was a kid, my mom used to tell me you're going to be cold in that because we not always, but we do often get these Halloween chills that set in at the end of October. So just go ahead and get your kids accustomed to the idea of wearing a long sleeve under their costume, or wearing a jacket over it, even though it might ruin the look just a little bit. But that's okay. Rather that than they be cold.
Right. But that's pretty much what we got going on. Mainly just that system this weekend. Should hold off for Friday night football, or any other Friday night plans you have. It's pretty much going to be what you're seeing right now across town. Partly cloudy skies. Temperatures are still going to be a little bit warm and a little bit more humid than the past couple of days. But overall, going to be seeing that rain starting tomorrow afternoon, and then it'll linger into the early parts of your Sunday, and then eventually cooler weather to follow.
Well, that is about it. So if you have any questions, write them down. We do have Seth Ashland in the chat here, and Letitia Woods. Hey, and happy Friday to you guys. Thanks for joining us. If you do have a question, or you think of one later on about maybe the stormy weather this weekend, we'll be back here at 6:30 doing another one of these digital shows where you can ask questions and interact. Otherwise, Ashley's going to be on WLBT News at 4 and 4:30. I'll be on at 5 and 6. And if you are about to get into your Friday afternoon, evening plans, and you are not worried about checking the weather again, then hope you have a great rest of your day and a happy weekend, and we'll see you later.